Hello, my name is Rebecca Hall, and I'm the Director of Care and Support at the Alzheimer's Association Miami Valley chapter. And I first want to say thank you to the City of Trotwood for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to make this video to share some information for caregivers of people with Alzheimer's and other types of dementia. So at the Alzheimer's Association, we have a mission that is three parts. One is to accelerate research to help find better treatment and a cure for the disease. But the other two parts of the mission are to help people to reduce their risk of developing dementia. And the third part, which is a lot of what I do, is to maximize the quality of care and support to caregivers and people living with dementia. So a lot of what our organization does is really provide care and support to people who are facing this disease. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we do to support caregivers every day. One of the biggest things that we have is our 24/7 helpline. So the 24/7 helpline is a phone number that people can call anytime, day or night, literally 365 days a year, and it will be answered by someone who can help you with any questions that you might have, listen to your situation, and try to provide some support and some resources. So the phone number that you can call is 800-272-3900. So you can call that number anytime. We also have our local chapter number, which is 937-291-3332. And if you call that number during business hours right now, we are answering the phones locally here, trying to give people some help and support and answer questions as well, especially during this time with COVID-19 and everything else going on when people need some extra support. So that number is available as well. But I want to talk a little bit about something that's available to caregivers that can be really helpful if you are facing a diagnosis of Alzheimer's and dementia for a loved one. So that is our care consultation service, which is when a family can meet with one of our trained social workers, talk a little bit about their situation, and develop a personalized care plan and get some personalized education about what to do for their loved one and for them as a caregiver to get support. So that's another thing that we offer, and it's free. So all you have to do is give us a call and say that you would like to have a care consultation with one of our social workers, and we'll be able to do that for you. I also want to talk a little bit about some of our community programs. The first one being our caregiver support groups. So we have about 16 caregiver support groups that meet throughout the Miami Valley region. They meet at various days, various times and locations usually. Right now they're all over the phone because we're doing everything virtually or over the phone during the COVID-19 pandemic. So the best way to find a list of our support groups, because there's so many of them, to list them right now here, is to go on our website, so alz.org/Dayton, and you can click on Helping You, and then you'll see a link to a list of all of our caregiver support groups. And caregiver support groups are a great way to come together with other people who are facing the same thing, who are caring for a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's disease, or just have a family member with Alzheimer's or dementia and want some support. And those groups are a great way for people to get advice, for people to get things off their chests, to hear from other people who are going through the same situation and have some questions answered. And those are facilitated by people that have experience caregiving and that are trained by the Alzheimer's Association. And the last thing I want to talk about is our educational programs. So we have a lot of educational programs. They're kind of divided up into two types of programs. So we have programs like Know the 10 Signs, which is for just the general community or people who think they might have a loved one who they're seeing some symptoms, and it really tells you about the signs and symptoms to look out for and what to do if you notice those in yourself or someone that you love. But then we also have programs that are really geared toward caregivers, like how to better communicate with someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, how to manage the behavioral symptoms of Alzheimer's and dementia. So those are a couple of examples, but we have a lot of different educational programs. Again, you can find those on our website at alz.org/Dayton. You can find a list of all the programs with descriptions. You can find ones that are coming up. We're leading all of them right now virtually, webinar style, but we typically have them in person, and hopefully someday soon we'll be able to go back to that. And then we also come out to organizations in the community and present to your group, your church, your civic group, your business, just to give you a little bit more information. And we can do that virtually as well too. So we can set up an education program that way. But that just really brings a lot of awareness for the general community and educates caregivers on how to better take care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia. So those are our services, but I want to offer a piece of advice for caregivers. Caregiving is a really tough job, whether you're caregiving for a child, whether you're caregiving for an older adult or someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, whatever it is, whatever situation you're in, it can be challenging for both people involved, all people involved, but for the caregiver especially. So to be able to take care of yourself as a caregiver is really important. And so the piece of advice I like to offer is to just reach out. Reach out to us, the Alzheimer's Association, reach out to friends and family, talk to them about what you're going through. See how you might be able to get help from community agencies that are out there, like the Alzheimer's Association, like the Area Agency on Aging, who are out there to help people in this kind of situation who are caring for a loved one with dementia. Use that help because you can't do this alone, and we're here to make sure that you don't have to. And the other piece of advice that I would have is to start small. So a lot of times you see a lot of information like this. Here's all the services that we have that can support you. Pick one thing that you're going to start with that you want to do to try to educate yourself or to get a little bit of support, and start there, and maybe then you'll be able to take some additional steps or have some more information about what to do. So you start small, and then hopefully it'll get easier. You don't have to do everything at once to try to fix everything about the situation. So please give us a call, 800-272-3900 anytime, or locally at 937-291-3332. Get involved in our Walk to End Alzheimer's, which is our biggest gathering of bringing together people who really want to end this disease. You can find out more at alz.org/walk, or get involved as a volunteer. We always have opportunities for people to volunteer and create awareness in the community and give back. So please give us a call. Please reach out to us. We're here for you. And again, thanks for inviting me to make this video, and I hope that you'll find something helpful. Until then, take care. Bye.